Okay, well, we're out here in what are actually the road fields. Behind me here is the main road into the centre, and this is a site of just one of the many projects which are going on at the moment. So we're creating, as you can see, a whole series of ditches and a number of ponds and flower rich areas adjacent to them. So we've got exposed clay here, and Martin is spreading seed rich hay which is going to help us to colonize these areas with lots of flowers. Just a quick update on some of the work that's going on at the moment. The estuary tower is well underway now, nearly completed, and we'll have an official opening for that on the 16th and 17th of November. The decoy, of course, we did last year. That's now finished and should have a really good decoy season this year, starting in October. Back into the grounds, the Living Wetland Theatre well underway. That's due to be delivered next summer. And Mission Possible, looking at the conservation breeding work that we do here, that project is underway in the grounds now as well. So looking forward to all these new things being opened, and we've got just a short time to deliver this. It needs to be finished out here on the reserve by the middle of October when the wild birds come back.
Here on the reserve, we have just started our annual grass polly survey. Grass polly is a vascular plant found in seasonal flooding environments. It establishes in exposed mud, and these environments are created when there's lots of flooding in the winter, and then for the spring, summer, the flooding subsides and there's lots of exposed mud, and this is where we will find the grass polly. Now, the reason why we do our grass polly survey here is because in the UK, grass polly is classified as endangered on the IUCN Red List. It is only found around 4 sites in the south of the UK, and here at Slimbridge, we actually have one of the largest populations of it. Grass polly is actually quite small. It grows to about 20 centimetres in height. It has a very distinctive stem colour. It's like a dark reddish burgundy colour in stem. It can sometimes look a bit greeny, but quite often it will have little stems coming out, and those ones are quite distinctively red. Their leaves are oval shaped near the bottom, and as you move further up the plant, they become more linear, and they're dark green in colour. It also has a tiny little pinky flower. It's very, very small, but this time of the year it usually is in flower, so you will very likely see it. So next time that you come to Slimbridge, please have a look out for the grass polly. It is found around the big pen, but you may also find it around other parts of the ground in some of the pens. If you do, please let a member of staff know.
We're here this afternoon behind the scenes at our Back from the Brink exhibits to talk about one of my favourite native species, the harvest mouse. Harvest mice are the smallest species of rodent in Europe. They weigh about the same as a 2p piece as adults, so you can imagine the babies are more adorable. They are the only species in this country that has a prehensile tail. That's a tail that they can wrap around the stems of the plants as they climb around in their habitat. And they use that tail to move around and get food, and also to hang on with while they make their nests. Harvest mice make their nests out of a variety of grasses and reeds, and I have an example here to show you. Harvest mice actually weave together pieces of grass to make this tennis ball sized bed, and they actually pass the reeds and the grasses through their teeth to make them nice and fine before weaving them together, and they hang on using that prehensile tail whilst they are weaving that nest, so they have their hands free. The breeding season of the harvest mouse runs from May to September. Pregnant females will have a litter of pups, up to 8 individuals, and they will be pregnant for around 15 days. Females can have several litters during that whole breeding season, and they do all this whilst wrapped up in their tiny little nests. In the wild, harvest mice like to live in hedgerows, any kind of shrubby moorland or wetland areas. They are really adaptable and they like to live in a variety of different environments. However, their numbers have declined dramatically in the last 40 years. Estimates say that there are about 1.5 million at the moment in the United Kingdom, but it's very hard to tell exactly, but they are definitely declining in number. So the babies that we have here at Slimbridge, we are hoping will go on in the future to a reintroduction programme to try and boost numbers in the wild.